with your palate cleansers. Show me what you got.
Welcome in, everybody, to a brand new episode of Audionots, your pop culture palate cleanser. I am Eric Oldboy, online with the infamous REN. What it do?
What it do?
What's going on, my man?
You know, living the life, man. Quarantine life.
That quarantine life?
Yeah.
I feel like we're never gonna shake off the quarantine life.
I know. It'd be cool to podcast in the same room again.
I know our audio would be better. Like, we've got these dope ass mics now, and I think everything sounds really good. But then you have to deal with the internet connection between A and B,
Yeah.
and that's what always kind of like messes everything up.
Yeah, I have to like hardwire it in so that it's more steady.
I agree. And anybody who's watching the YouTubies can see that I ditched my virtual background because we put up a sign behind us for our nerd gym with our All Mights gym. So we're getting there. We're gonna have some more knickknacks and other crap going in pretty soon.
You know, All Might's like what do you call it? Like move? His moves? Every time he does like a punch, he's like Dakota Smash, you know, like Oregon Smash or something like that.
So every time he hits something, it's some sort of state.
Yeah.
Like the New Jersey Turnpike.
Yeah, so his ultimate moves is like the United States of America Smash. Boom. Yeah.
Is it always a smash, or does he add any other flavors to it?
I think it's all Smash because he's like a punching guy.
He's the original Smash brother.
Yeah, he's like Hulk Smash. Oh wait, that's the wrong one.
I didn't mean Hulk Smash.
Yeah, I couldn't get my camera to work. Ran out of time. So I'm like, you know what? I guess we'll do with my webcam for now. Next week off.
School. Yeah, you don't look quite as 10K this episode as you did last episode.
Otherwise, I would have put my my blurry background. So you could match yours, kind of.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, we're working on it. We're getting better and better each time with our stuff. Have you been looking? Speaking of 10K, have you been looking at any like Black Friday sales? Because we've been building this bonus room, and I'm sort of thinking about putting a TV on this wall behind me. And I don't really need a TV on this wall behind me, but I just feel like I want to. And so I've been looking at all these Black Friday sales, and they have such amazing deals. Like Walmart for a hot minute had a TV that was 55 inches, 4K for $148.
Damn, that's a hot deal.
Yeah, I tried to buy it, but it was like just like the PS5. It like sold out instantly. You couldn't get it. Like the bots bought it all.
Yeah. I've been seeing deals like 50, 55 inches around like between 200.
Yeah.
Like the 200 range.
Right. I saw one, I think it may have been, no, it was Best Buy. Best Buy had a 70-inch TV for $345 or something. It's always 40 something this time. So I almost bought that one, but then I talked myself out of it.
Damn. Was it like a different brand name or something?
Oh yeah, it's always weird ass brands, right? So if you're gonna
TLC,
if you're gonna get I wish it was a TLC. if you're gonna get a $148 TV or a $300 70-inch TV, it's gonna be some weird brand you never heard of. So one of them might have been a TLC. Another one was, I think the 70-incher was a Hisense, whatever that is.
What the hell is that?
I don't know exactly, but it had really good reviews. Everybody's like, this TV is amazing for the price. And I'm like, shoot, if I'm just going to throw it up in the bonus room so we could like plug in the old Xbox or something.
Yeah.
Why not?
Oh, that reminds me, because I haven't even thought about it. I had the best wife, by the way. Shout out to my wife. For Christmas, she's going to buy me a PS5. Let's go.
Let's go. Is she actually going to be able to get one though? Or
hell no.
Because it seems impossible to actually get one.
I told her that even if you tried, you wouldn't be able to buy me one, you know?
So she's going to gift you the money for the PS5. So let me ask you this. When do you think you'll actually be able to get one? I mean, if you were a guessing man, are you going to be able to find one within a month? It's going to be multi-months?
Probably like summer 2021. I don't know.
Sometime in Christmas 2021.
Yeah, but so she says she's gonna give me the cash, and it's strictly for the PS5, and I can't use it on anything else.
That's dope. Yeah, Kid Danger had kind of played with the idea of a PS5, then I think he realized that they were impossible to get. And so now he's already hitting me up for a new graphics card, which is, just as much money as a PS5.
Oh yeah, even
He's
more.
like, "Yeah, can I?" I'm like, "Dude, you just got this PC." And he's already like, "Yeah, I want it. I want to get the reflections to show up in my video gaming." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
I want it now.
Yeah,
But yeah,
so we're
so
looking at that.
I haven't even thought about if I'm actually getting a PS5, I need to upgrade my TV to some kind of 4K or something, right?
Yeah, you gotta get that 4K action for sure. And it seems like every TV now is 4K, right?
Yeah,
You can't get one that's not.
yeah, mine's not right now.
Yeah. Anything
And
that's come out in the last 3 years, because we had our downstairs TV is fairly new. And usually my rotation is I buy the newer TV goes downstairs, the downstairs TV goes into our bedroom, and now I'm thinking if we get a new one, the one in our bedroom will move into the bonus room. So we'll just have like this kind of 3 TV rotation
nice.
until the one in the bonus room craps out, and then you start again.
Oh, yeah, maybe I should invest in a new TV. It's a good idea. Let's go
Yeah.
for that.
Now's the time because their Black Friday, all the Black Friday sales are happening for like entire months.
Yeah.
And then there's Cyber Monday coming up here really shortly. We're only a few days away from Thanksgivings. And so there's a lot of deals out there right now. And I think some of them are really hurting, but you have to be on it, man, because everybody and their mother is buying online. So you don't have just the normal online jokers like usual that you're kind of vying against, but you've got like regular people who don't normally purchase online. So if you want it, you got to buy it. And from everything I've heard, if you don't order it by December 2nd, you're not getting it in time for Christmas. It doesn't
Damn.
matter where you get it from. So everybody out
Everybody.
there who's online shopping, you got to get that done now.
You know how people are going crazy like us getting Christmas lights, Christmas trees up?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta get your shopping done as soon as you can too.
Yeah, you can't wait. You got to pretend like Christmas is next week, and you got to get those last minute presents purchased
Yeah,
right meow. Otherwise, you're not going to have them.
yeah, because right now our state's kind of closed and it's very limited to what we can do.
Yeah, they've closed in Oregon. They've closed down gymnasiums or gyms. They've closed down
Museum,
bars. Yeah, you can't
restaurants.
go to parks. Even outside outdoor stuff they've closed down. You can go to stores, but they're only at like 75% capacity. And at Christmas time, that's pretty tight. So if you want to go to say a Target or the mall, you're definitely waiting in a line to get into the stores.
Wait, are parks closed too?
Yeah, they said on the thing that any kind of outdoor place like that is closed. So
Oh
you can still
man,
go walking in your neighborhood, but you can't go playing in the park.
I was gonna go do some like photography this weekend. I guess not, huh?
You just have to go find a field. No rules against fields.
Make it work. Maybe I'll do like a background. I mean, a backyard photography session.
There you go. You have a big backyard, so
Yeah.
that'd probably work just fine. Very, very cool. What else you been up to?
Not much. I'm in just making more t-shirts.
Nice.
It's that time of the year.
Yeah, 'tis the season, everybody. By the way, for all those who see our T Public links, click on them because they run them for like $13. Right
Yeah.
now, they're having like a super sale. Everything's like crazy cheap, and we do have the best T-shirts there are. So buy them for your friends, family, and everybody else. So yeah, get in on it before it's too late. Even if it's not us, I mean, they have deals for everybody.
Yeah, because you're basically helping an independent artist, you know?
Yeah, this is our passive income. So
Yeah.
help us be more active with our passive.
And one thing that I've noticed is if you ever buy, you should always get at least 2 shirts.
Yeah, that's actually he's not even trying to upsell you. That's the truth though, because where T
Yeah.
Public, and we'll be straight up honest with you, where T Public gets everybody is on the shipping. Holy crap! So
Yeah.
I actually ordered myself. So Kid Danger said, "Hey, I want to get this sweatshirt of this logo of this really famous gaming streamer. I'm not gonna mention his name so he doesn't come after me." And I went and looked at this, right? And so said gaming streamer sold his dorky ass logo, which is super simplistic. And
It
it was
takes you like a
70
second.
Yeah, it takes 2 seconds to replicate. It was like a $70 sweatshirt. So I'm like, crap. I go, I'm just gonna design it real quick, throw it on my T Public, buy it with my money, and have it sent to the house, and then take it down so I don't get in trouble. So I designed it real quick, put it up on there. Then I saw how much the shipping was, so I bought myself a T-shirt of one of my own designs, And so, yeah, it's definitely better because your shipping price doesn't really go up too much when you start piling in the shirts. So the more, the merrier.
Yeah, because they do it by weight. So like if you do one shirt, I think it was like $6.99.
Yeah.
So $6.99 plus that $13. That's what, $20.
Yeah. Now you're at like a normal
Yeah.
T-shirt price, and you're not getting such a great deal. So yeah, if you want to get the deal, you got to get multiple shirts.
Yeah. So if you go up to 2 shirts, the shipping's still $6.99. So you're like, oh, split that in half. The shirt's not
Yeah.
that expensive. But once you hit the 3 shirts, the shipping goes up because the weight goes up. So you got to get,
4 shirts.
Yeah, 4 shirts to get the good amount.
So maybe the key is it's got to be even numbers. So whatever you do, make sure you're in an even number and not an odd number. Otherwise, you're paying the maximum shipping.
You need to hit up Amazon merch next, because if you have Prime, shipping's free.
Yeah, I need to start putting stuff on Amazon like you do.
Yeah, because yours is very generic, so they won't take it down.
Yeah. I'll do that.
Yeah, they're pretty strict on their stuff. If you do like more original designs and generic sayings, it's more safe in that.
Perfect. I'll have to try it. I'll try it out. But yeah, so in TeePublic, by the way, sells all sorts of crap. So if you guys want to buy other things other than just t-shirts, I mean, they've got like phone cases and masks. What else do they have? I sold a tote.
But mugs,
tapestries.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, coffee mugs, pillows, all sorts of. Like if you can print on it, they sell it. So you could go there and you see a design you think's amazing. You can get stuck on just about anything.
Yeah.
Stickers, magnets, pins.
I think I just sold another hobo hams.
Hobo ham. I finally sold one of those.
Yeah.
So you've sold like 6,000 of them, and I've sold one of those. But yeah, that's cool. No worries.
It's funny because like two emails came in, and one was like hobo ham mug, and another one came in hobo ham sweater. I'm like, is that from the same person, or is that like 2 people?
I feel like it is, because that happens to me too. Like I sell a lot of the Seattle Kraken's jersey or t-shirt that I made, and it always like if it's not the same kind of thing, they sometimes split it up so it'll be the same deal, like one Kraken t-shirt, one Kraken sticker, that kind of thing.
Right. Look at us, man, trying to upsell the whole episode.
Yeah. You're listening to the Audionots infomercial. Today we're talking about t-shirts. Well, we can move on. I'm easy.
Yeah, because we're designers, so that's what we do.
Yeah, we are designers. And even more important, make sure to visit vigilantedesign.com or one of our amazing social medias. We're on Instagram and Twitter. And hit us up. We can design you your own t-shirts. We can design you anything you want. Websites, posters, amazing logos, you name it. We can do it.
Signage like your gym.
That's right. Like anybody's watching, sees this thing behind me, made that, printed that, stuck it on the wall.
Looks legit. The only open gym in town.
This is the only safe gym you can go to, is this one here. My gym has, if I move a little bit, well, there it is. You can kind of see my Peloton knockoff bike in the background.
So it is.
Yeah, that's what that is. And then I have a couple like free weights hanging out on the floor here. So far, that's all we've got in our gym. We're hoping to increase our stuff here during Christmas time and get some more stuff in here. So it'll be like a PC podcasting and getting jacked, rolling, being all yoked. That's the idea.
Next time you're gonna get like those little bike things under the desk.
You see me like
pedaling while you're talking. Multitask, baby.
I'd probably be winded.
Yeah.
They'd be like, what kind of ASMR is this?
Yeah, this is the special old boy Eric ASMR episode.
Just 30 minutes of me breathing heavy.
It'd be like our most listened episode.
All wheezy. Like something like that dog from that cartoon. So I think talking about dogs and cartoons is the perfect time to jump into the healthy stream. So I'm looking at my list here, and I've got a couple, but not a lot. Let's start with HBO Max, because I'm actually really pumped about what HBO Max has been up to in the last few days. As we know and talked about in the past, HBO Max is kind of the DC channel now. I mean, they've taken most of the stuff away from the CW. They've taken all the stuff away from the old DC Universe streaming thing.
Yeah.
And they are kind of moving into their own deal. They've been talking a lot about the new Zack Snyder's version of Justice League. They keep putting out trailers for that. In fact, it's going to be like 4 parts. So anybody who's excited for that, it's basically a mini series at this point, 4 1-hour-long episodes. But even bigger news came out a day or so ago where they announced that Wonder Woman 1984, which is going to be, I think, a huge movie. I mean, that would have been a movie if this was a normal year. That would have been in the theater in a heartbeat, probably first weekend.
Because the first one was like, the first one was like one of the best DC movies.
Oh, by far. The first Wonder Woman movie is fantastic.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited about this. But yeah, Wonder Woman 1984 is coming out on Christmas Day. As a Christmas gift to you from HBO Max. You can watch it on HBO Max, no extra charge. So unlike Disney and Mulan, where they say, hey, it's $30 if you want to see it, then you watch it some other time later once it's kind of did its run. They are releasing Wonder Woman 1984 on HBO Max and in movie theaters, but you can watch it on HBO Max for no extra charge if you already have the service. It might be the perfect time to, if you don't have HBO Max, to do one of those free trial type situations.
Right. But they're always running sales too, so.
Always, especially this time of year. And for those of you out there that are like, oh, I heard HBO Max, probably from us, complaining that it wasn't on Roku and Amazon. Guess what? They added it to the Amazon Fire Sticks. So anybody that has any Amazon streaming devices, it is on there now.
As of today? Or
as of yesterday, it went live.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Is that what you have?
Yeah, my main living room TV is a Fire Stick.
There you go. So you can watch HBO Max on Amazon Fire Stick right now. I still have Roku's hooked up all over the house. So when I want to watch HBO Max, I either have to go to the old HBO app and watch just the HBO content, which works. But if I want to watch Max content, which I believe Wonder Woman 1984 will be exclusive, I have to plug in my iPad to my TV, which is kind of a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how much money they make off of that.
They can't possibly make as much money as they would have made before, but maybe the hope is they'll sign all sorts of new people to HBO Max. Because I'm assuming that HBO must pay DC a ton of money for these rights. I mean, it can't be cheap. Also on HBO Max, they're doing this thing where they've understand nostalgia will help sell their service. Before the pandemic, they were going to give us, I think, a Friends reunion. Was it them or was it? I can't remember now. I think it was them, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. They were going to give us a Friends reunion, and then, of course, the pandemic hit, and so they got kind of on pause. But what they did just give us, they just released, it came out today, in fact, is the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion. And so the thing everybody needs to remember about these reunions is it's not the characters replaying their parts. So you don't get, DJ Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince and, Carlton all playing those parts. Instead, you get Will Smith and you get Alfonso Rivera. You get the actors all sitting down and reminiscing. And so they talk about, in this case, I saw the trailer. Looks like they're talking about missing Uncle Phil because that guy died. And they talk about squashing the beef with the original Aunt Viv and all these different things. Yeah. And so it looks pretty good. I'll probably watch it.
Because, when you first hear it's a reunion episode, you think that it's like Will Smith playing his character in the show, and that they're going to make a new episode,
Yeah. And that's what, honestly, that would be my favorite, but it seems like they never do that. And I don't know why. I wonder if it's just too much more production work. I mean, because they're already all there, but they don't ever do it that way with these reunions anymore.
I wish they did, even though if it's like a play sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. I wish they did too.
Yeah,
I would love it because, I mean, it's so fun to see these old characters kind of show back up and do their thing. It's really cool.
I'll tell you what, though, Will Smith, man, that guy is aging really good. He looks the same, man.
Yeah, he's definitely one of these dudes that ages really well. Even Alfonso Rivera, though, doesn't look bad. They had him in there. I feel like it's the one downside. Women tend to age a little bit harsher than men do. And so that's like the one downside that they have is it kicks in a little sooner, and why some of us old guys just become, gray foxes, silver foxes.
And then the next week, they're going let's cancel Eric, old boy.
He says women look old. It's not me, man. I love older ladies. In fact, I hate it when the ladies get the plastic surgery. I was looking at, and this is gonna take away my man card, but I was looking at before and afters of the Kardashians. And oh my God, what a bunch of freak shows. They've gone from like totally normal looking people to like silicone plastic dolls. It's so weird. Each and every single one of them looks substantially different. And sometimes you don't even realize it because they've changed so little over time. Like Kim Kardashian, you think, well, she's looked that way for a while. But if you look at Kim Kardashian 10, 15 years ago to Kim Kardashian today, it's like two different people.
Well, the funny thing is like the before they weren't even that bad looking to begin with, you know?
No, they've never been
Yeah.
unattractive. And I'm not sure that what they've done has made them more attractive, but they're definitely completely different looking. But they must be using the same plastic surgeon though, because they all look similar. They still look related. In fact, the Jenner girls look more like the Kardashians now than they ever have.
Right.
Like if you look at, I think Kendall, one of them had like no lip. She had like no upper lip. And she's got these huge big lips now and looks, and she's all tan and wears the makeup the same way. She looks exactly like the rest of the Kardashians. And then Chloe was the big monster Amazon one. Like, "Rah, I'm Chloe." You know, she looks completely different. Not same person. I don't know. I feel like they killed the real Chloe, made a new Chloe, because this one's completely different.
Cloning's real, man. Cloning is
Yeah.
real.
Yeah, I think that maybe Lamar Odom went on like a crack bender and killed Chloe, and so they had to like clone a new one because this new Chloe looks completely different, totally different person.
They're just like, we need the same size. Okay, good enough.
And they're like, "Whoa, goddamn, that doesn't look anything like the last Chloe." They're like, "They won't notice." So, over on, oh, I want to hit on this real quick. Over on Apple TV, they're making a TV show or a TV movie about the video game. Is there any video game you've been wanting to see turned into a movie? Like you're like, this video game makes such a good movie.
Um, I don't know. Haven't thought of it. Street Fighter. Just kidding. They
Street
already
Fighter.
did.
Yeah, they did that, didn't they, with Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Yeah.
I
Wait,
was
what
thinking,
kind of genre game is this?
oh, you'll never guess. It's the kind of genre that you wouldn't think would be turned into a movie.
Oh, it's gonna be Sims.
Sims would actually probably be pretty good. I think you could probably make a really funny Sims movie, go Truman style, you know, the Truman movie, Truman Show, something weird.
Well, it kind of
Um,
they could have used what was that one with Bruce Willis? The Bruce Willis
vid-
did one
a
where
video game movie?
it's
G.I. Joe?
not video game, but in the movie, surrogate.
Oh, I never saw Surrogate.
Yeah, to where basically, you as a person could become someone's like a character that someone controls. So
Yeah.
that's like your job, and then like a dude could could like use you as his avatar, and he's controlling you.
Is that what Surrogate's about?
Yeah, so this whole like game is basically like my Sims. It's
But
pretty
with
crazy.
human people?
Yeah, with human people.
Oh, is that movie good? I had to see it now.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was pretty good.
All right, there you go, everybody. Go out and watch Surrogate. I wonder where you can stream that. We'll have to look and see. Anyways, no, Tetris. The amazing game
Tetris.
of the amazing game of stacking blocks. Tetris is being made into a movie for Apple TV starring Taron Egerton. We all know Taron from those spy movies. What were those British spy movies called? The Kingsman.
Kingsman.
Yeah, he's
He's
Kingsman.
he's the what we want to be, Wolverine.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
and he's also Elton John. I mean, the kid, he's a good actor. Obviously, can portray anything, including a Tetris block. No, I'm just kidding. The Tetris movie, luckily to all the relief of everyone here, is not going to be like an action movie where Tetris blocks are falling from space and killing people.
Like Pixel.
Yes, it's not going to be Pixel. Or you remember the movie Battleship when they
Oh,
turned the
yeah.
board game Battleship into a really crappy movie? It's not like that. So Tetris, the movie, is actually based on the fact that when the video game was created, it was created as a PC game in Russia, and it was a really popular PC game. But for whatever reason, this Russian guy never developed it for consoles. And so this other dude rolled in and this is based on the true story of how the video game reached from PC to console, and he stole the idea because this guy didn't own the IP to it for whatever reason.
Got
And he
him.
put it on the console and made boatloads of money from basically taking this guy's game and putting it on consoles. And so that's what the movie's about.
And that, my friend, is how the Cold War started.
Probably, right?
Yeah.
And Reagan's like, take those Tetris walls down, Mr. Gorbachev.
They should make like some kind of interactive one where you can like choose your way. You know, you're choosing your Tetris, whatever.
What do you mean?
You know the interactive movies where you try to go from
like
beginning
choose
to
your
end?
own adventure.
Yeah. And then
Which
if you
way should
die, you get to start over or something.
Once it gets full all the way to the top, you lose.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, there's something to look forward to. Apple TV hasn't teased anything in a while, so that was kind of nice. Over on YouTube or the cable channels, I want to talk to you because I know that you are a huge fan of Supernatural, and I just read that Supernatural is coming to the end, the very last episode. By the time people listen to this, it'll be out.
Yeah.
So tell me, how are you feeling? Are you happy that it's come to a conclusion and you've got to watch it all the way through? Are you sad that it's over after 6,000 different years? I mean, what's your feeling?
I don't know, it's kind of like a happy, sad relief in a way,
Yeah.
where it's been going on for 15 goddamn years.
You're kind of done with it at this point. You're like, please, I love
Yeah.
this show. Let it end.
Yeah, because I remember watching this interview where they're like asking, so what would you tell someone that's never seen it before and that should watch it? And I think one of the actors is like, you're gonna basically spend the rest of your life trying to watch every episode. There's so many, you know.
That's the number one reason why I've never started it, because I've considered starting it, but
Yeah.
I have a real fear of how many episodes there are.
Yeah, because I started when I was in high school because it came out at that time.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been like day one, and it is
Well,
what it is.
Are you all caught up? Like, are you like
Yeah.
when this episode debut? Is it tonight or tomorrow? It's like really soon.
I don't know, but I'm not. I'm caught up to the point where yeah.
Got it. So when you watch it, you're already caught up. You don't have to watch like a season to catch up or anything like that.
Yeah, because like the last season was divided in two parts because of COVID. So they air like the first 7 or first 15 episodes, something like that.
Yeah.
And then after COVID kind of died down, they did the rest.
Oh, there you go. So everybody who's into Supernatural, it's finally
Yeah.
coming to an end.
It's just, I just don't know what else they're gonna fight. You know, they're always fighting some kind of evil. I mean,
you think it's going to be like a real happy ending, or you think it'll be a somber ending, or is it going to be like trying to tug at your heartstrings type of ending?
I don't know. It might be a I'm hoping it's gonna be like one where it's like shocks everybody, like, oh my God, this is happening. This is it.
Right.
15
I can't
whole
believe
years.
they killed him.
Yeah, like he's dead. No.
No. Yeah,
Yeah,
there you go.
We'll see.
Well, you'll have to give us the review. Since
Yeah.
I'm never going to watch the show, you can just tell me how it ends. Then I'll be like, oh, I like that. It sounds good. I'm going to watch it now. Over on Hulu. Hello.
Hulu.
They have done, and they're debuting an Animaniacs reboot. Did you ever watch Animaniacs when you were a youth?
Yeah, man. Animaniacs.
They got baloney in their sacks while the Clinton plays the sax.
Because I remember,
Something else. They're Animaniacs.
I remember growing up, it was like that was in competition with like Bugs Bunny and them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's going. They were going ham at each other. It's like,
I love me some Animaniacs. Yeah, it was one of my fave shows. So yeah, they've completely rebooted it. All brand new episodes debuting this weekend. So when everybody's sitting around their Thanksgiving table and bored because there's no family over because you're being good, you can all jump over to Hulu and watch Animaniacs, because that show,
Nice.
hopefully it'll be as funny as it used to be, but that show was really cutting edge at the time, and they weren't afraid to push the limits of good taste for little kids, because it's still definitely a kid's show. It's not like a Family Guy or Simpsons type show. It was definitely aimed for kids, but they would have jokes that the adults could enjoy just as much.
right.
So Hulu, Animaniacs, get excited. On Netflix, there hasn't been a lot of new stuff, but I finally started watching that show you said your wife watched, which was The Queen's Gambit. And so it's not the normal kind of show that we talk about here on Audionots, but it's super good. So I want to recommend it to anybody out there who likes like it was giving me kind of those Mad Men type Mrs. Maisel type vibes. It's set in like the 50s and 60s, and it follows this chess prodigy as she works her way from a young orphan up into a legendary chess master, you know? And you get to watch it and you get excited because you're like, well, is she going to become this amazing chess legend, or is she going to become a burnout drug addict, falls into her addictions because she's got all these addictions? And at one point, there's this really clever line where they say, every gift is a two-sided coin. So you get that gift, but the other side of the coin is what you pay to have that gift. And I thought, oh my God, it's so like deep for a
Man,
TV show.
Melody.
Hella deep, right? And so her gift is that she is like her mind just works differently, and the way she plays chess, she's able to see things before they happen. They actually have pretty cool special effects, which sounds like a weird thing to say in a TV show like this, but she imagines the chess pieces moving above her bed at night, and she plays chess on her ceiling with her mind. And then but the problem is because she can't kind of control how intense her thinking is, she dulls it all with sedatives and tranquilizers and alcohol. And so as the show progresses, you're wondering which is going to happen first. Is she going to become this chess legend, or is she going to burn out in the process?
Plus, it takes place in a time where like women are oppressed too, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the 50s and the 60s,
Yeah.
right? And so she's the only woman really in the field that's any kind of success and on this show. And so she gets a lot of the guys not wanting to play her at first because she's a girl and she should play other girls and that kind of thing. But they quickly get past that, which is nice, and they realize that she's just good. And it's kind of fun to watch her go through the process.
Did you finish it?
No, I think we're on episode 6, and I think it's like 8 episodes. So, but the first 6 episodes, unless it ends really poorly, which I don't think it will. I think the acting's really good. I think the cinematography is really good. The scripts are good. So it's a good show. I'd give it a solid 7.5, 8 nuts. So for anybody out there who's interested in watching something different than what we normally talk about, sci-fi and nerdy stuff, the Queen's Gambit's a good show.
Yeah, it's been like #1 on Netflix for a while too.
Yeah, makes sense. It's a great show. I like it. So, yay. Over on Disney Plus, we get the Star Wars bros excited with a little bro. So, Mandalorian time.
Oh
Episode. Yeah, I know.
We're waiting for this.
I know. You're like, let's talk about everything real fast so we can talk Mandalorian for 20 minutes. The Mandalorian episode 3 came out, and it was good. It's like every episode somehow gets a little bit better. And man, I was pumped because they introduced us to Bo-Katan. What did you think?
First of all, shout out to your wife. This is her favorite segment.
I know. We were actually listening to the last episode in the car like yesterday. I want you to listen to this episode of our show. I go, listen how good our audio quality's gotten. It's way better. She's like, yeah, it does sound pretty good. But then the Mandalorian stuff came on. She's like, oh my God, you guys are talking about the Mandalorian again?
But I loved it, man. Like when I was watching it, my wife's like, "Put on your headset," and by putting on my headset, because mine's connected to the PS5 and PS4,
Oh,
it
foreshadowing.
it made everything like way better because like surround sound, you could hear everything, and it was dope. And I kept like, I had a few moments where I kind of spaz out, and then my wife's like, "What the hell are you doing?" you know.
I want to imagine what you're spazzing out about, where you're just like, ah, because you finally caught up in Clone Wars, where you've seen some of these characters, right?
Yeah, they're like, they said her name. Look at my goosebumps,
Yeah, I loved it
like
too,
that.
because
Yeah.
they tied up some of these things we've been questioning as fans. We're like, how come every Mandalorian we've ever seen just rolls around with no helmet on, but this freaking guy acts like this is the way? You can't do anything but without your helmet on. And we learn, the truth behind his different kind of Mandalorian versus her kind of Mandalorian. It was really cool. An explanation. It made a ton of sense.
Yeah, because he's, child of the watch.
Yeah, so basically it turns out, spoiler alerts, if You haven't seen it yet, but it turns out that the Watch, as Death Watch was a kind of a hardcore bad guy group of Mandalorian back in the Clone Wars and Rebels, and he's part of that group as it's evolved into the Children of the Watch, and so they're almost like a cult. And part of their cult thing is you got to wear your helmet; you never take your helmet off.
It makes you like wonder, where are all the other like like members of his group? Like, is he the only one left or what?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like early on, maybe a lot of them got killed off, and then we saw the armor lady, the I forget what they call her, but the lady that made the armor, and she was kind of fighting. It almost seemed like she was, other than him, the last of their kind of that particular group.
Yeah. And then I think for me, I love the episode because they basically show you like the whole story within the episode and show you the bigger plot of the whole season, and yet no one's aware of it, and they're still just going about their way, and they're not realizing that this is going to be a major part of what's to come, sort of thing.
Right, and we realized that eventually they're gonna have to team up with Bo-Katan and her little group of Mandalorian to get that dark saber back, and
Yeah.
it's all connected. They just don't know it, like you said. They
Yeah.
just don't know that this dark saber story and the returning
Yeah.
of the child, all this stuff is connected.
Yeah, and like you as a viewer is like, it's all there. Why won't
They
you
just
know?
don't know it yet.
Yeah, it's like you don't know that Moff Gideon is chasing after Mando, and you're chasing after Moff Gideon. It's like, dude,
it's full circle. And the thing I liked about this episode too is it was one of the most Star Warsy episodes yet.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, they had stormtroopers, they had the generals, they had all this crap happening, and it felt super Star Warsy. I loved it, the very beginning of it, where the frog lady, gets to meet, her frog husband, and everything was good. It was just a great episode from start to finish, and it was directed by Bryce Dallas Howard, right? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's coming along to be quite the little director, because she directed an episode last year that was pretty good. And her episodes always kind of stand out as a little bit different. You can tell she gets that gene from her dad, Ron Howard, who's made like tons of good movies.
And like you said, that every goddamn episode, dude, the special effects are amazing. Like, man,
Yeah, so much better than they've been last season. So good.
even like all the costumes and all the the water people and stuff.
Yeah.
Man, it's like,
no, I'm really digging it. So they're killing it. And tomorrow's a new episode, so I'm excited for that, to see who they give us next. Because you also point out, because I didn't know, like, I knew the name Sasha Banks, but I didn't know what she looked like, because I was never a big WWE guy.
yeah.
And the interwebs had speculated that Sasha Banks was going to play like Sabine. Yeah, Sabine. And they introduced her as a different name, right?
Well,
so,
we're not even sure if she is Sabine, because Sabine's someone else, right?
yeah, Sabine doesn't look like that unless Sabine's changed her look dramatically from time A to time B.
Yeah, because they I forget what they called her, but they called her like a different name. Because when I watch it with subtitles too.
Oh,
so yeah. And when Bo-Katan speaks, they say it's Bo-Katan as she's speaking.
Oh, okay. So it actually shows who's talking.
Yeah. And I think she's just like a follower of like the Owl Watch or something.
Yeah, the Owl Watch is the new group Bo-Katan is leading. But yeah, the actress Bo-Katan was played by the voice actress. She's also plays Starbuck in Battlestar Galactica. So, I mean, obviously she looked the part. She sounded the part because it's the same person. So I thought, this is super cool. I really like how they're doing this. And I can't wait to see if they introduce, because we know for sure we're getting Ahsoka sometime. I'm excited to see if we do get Sabine or any of these other characters we've come to know from Clone Wars and Rebels. I love all the tie-ins.
I'm hoping that they give us Ahsoka sooner than later. Right. That way they could tease like a bigger picture of like maybe the dude, what's his name, Ezra or something.
Oh, Ezra, yeah. I think Ezra may be a season 3 thing. It'd be super cool if we got like a hint of him before this ends. Yeah. So I mean, clearly Bo-Katan is the way that the Mandalorian is going to be able to find a Jedi, that he's out searching for some Jedi, and she happens to be best homies with one. So that's going to help. And then usually maybe it's kind of a Bo-Katan gets him to Sabine because Sabine knows Ahsoka, and Sabine gets him to Ahsoka, and so on and so forth. So that'd be really neat.
Yeah, because his journey is not a linear journey. He's always getting sidetracked and like, I'll help you do this if you help me do this.
Yeah, we were talking about that offline, that the way they run this show is almost like video game, right? So you've got your main quest, but as you go along, you have to defeat all these side quests to keep going and get the object that you need. So every episode's the same. He's like, I'm trying to get from A to B. They're like, well, I'll help you get a little bit further if you help me do this. And so he's always distracted every single episode, helping accomplish something that's not really his main goal.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite parts of this whole episode was the teamwork of the Mandalorians.
Oh yeah, that was badass.
Yeah, it's cool seeing those three fight together because they've been in a team, but just kind of like them fighting, and all of a sudden that you incorporate Mando in there, and all of a sudden there's just like one unit, and you just like, wait, have they been working together?
Right.
It just kind of like it goes to show that Mandalorian's training is like not so different from other clans. They just kind of fit together because they're all one, Mandalorian culture or something.
Right. So they definitely have a lot in common. I mean, like you said, they work together really well. And then there's the one scene where the firing's so strong that he's got the best armor that he's able to just kind of roll out there, take the shots, and like blow the dudes up. So that was super cool.
I'm like, dude, one of these days, man, your armor is gonna fail you.
Then that's the episode when it's over. He's like, oh, he died.
They just shoot like his helmet up. Oh shit, it's off, I guess.
I bet money right now that we get to see him without his helmet on this season. He'll come around to the idea that he doesn't have to, because it's no longer he didn't even want to help him until she hit him with "This is the way," and he's like, oh, "Okay, this is the way."
Got him.
I guess.
Mic drop. Yeah. Well, I was talking to our Star
Wars historian.
Yeah, and he said that Mando doesn't know that he's a clan of two. I'm like, clan of two? What are you talking about, man? And so he explained to me that since he killed that rhino thingy in season 1 with Baby Yoda, and then the armor put a little sigil onto his shoulder pad,
right?
It makes it his clan symbols or something like that. So
he almost like got his own new clan, and so the two you're saying are him and Baby Yoda.
Yeah, and he said that Baby Yoda is his foundling, and so that it makes him, Baby Yoda, a Mandalorian because he's under the watch of Mando. So they're like a clan of two.
That's dope. So then Baby Yoda will become the second ever Mandalorian Jedi.
Yeah. And so he's saying that once he realizes that, he can do whatever he wants. He's the leader of it,
Yeah, that's true. And then he can set his new rules, and maybe his clan takes off their helmets.
And one thing he also mentioned is that the Jedi, Ahsoka, is technically not a Jedi because she left.
That's right. She never finished her training because she got pissed off.
Yeah, because she has the training of a Jedi, but you can't label her as a Jedi.
Right. That makes sense because she during the Clone Wars, I don't know if you got that far, she finally gets fed up with it and says, screw this noise. You guys, because the whole thing gets in the Clone Wars, she realizes that there's a lot of bad people in the Jedi too that are like regulating what they do and they don't even know it. And so she recognizes that and bolts.
Yeah, so maybe she might mold like the child to something else,
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool because Ezra's the same way. What if they come like this new thing, a whole different style of Jedi that we're not familiar with?
Yeah, they make their own Jedi, Everyone's making their own damn rules.
Why not? I mean, it's got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Very cool. So, that was an awesome episode. I love that we got Bo-Katan. Speaking of Bo-Katan, best Bo ever. Bo-Katan, Bo Jackson, or Bo Derek?
Or Boba Fett. I was kidding. I don't know. I've never really seen Bo Jackson. I've only heard of him.
What? You've never seen the amazing baseball/football player Bo Jackson?
I've seen him play. I've seen him like highlights and stuff. I never saw it
Oh, live. Okay.
So it never really made an impact. Like if I watched Kobe growing up. So Kobe made more of an impact in my life than like Jordan because I was already too young.
Makes sense. You still didn't choose one. So you're telling me Bo-Katan's your favorite bow? Is the
Bo-Katan,
best bow?
man. Yeah, because she gets both anime and
I
live
gotta
action.
go. I gotta go old school. And while Bo Jackson was amazing, and I did see him play both baseball and football growing up, Bo Derek is the best because she's old now, but she's still a MILF. But when I was a kid, she was the hottest chick. She was in a movie called 10 because she was literally a 10. And the movie was called 10 about her being a 10. And that was one of those movies that kind of influenced me as a little itty
Let
bitty
me see.
pervert. And like, yeah, let's go, Bo Derek.
How old is she now?
Like 63. She's an old lady now, but she's still a hot old lady because Bo Derek was where it was at.
Oh, speaking of old ladies, I was
Yeah.
listening to the Sports Bro talk about old ladies. Did you hear
Yeah.
that segment?
Oh yeah, when they were talking about which ones, and they were saying that who were they liking? They had some. I don't even remember who they were talking about, but I do
There was
remember.
like Marin something, the chick from
Oh,
Red.
Helen Mirren.
Helen
Yeah,
Mirren, yeah.
yeah. Helen Mirren has a smoke show body for being almost 70.
Well, the whole reason was
It was Dolly Parton, right?
yeah, because she donated money for the COVID.
Yeah, they were giving props to Dolly Parton. For those who don't know, Dolly Parton donated the last $1 million that helped COVID research to get that vaccine going on the second vaccine people. So yeah, thanks Dolly Parton, and she is still hot. She's a hot grandma. She's a gilf.
Yeah, and then she's gonna donate herself to all the dudes in the world to pose in Playboy.
Yes, I did hear that.
I was like, oh
I'm
shit.
not so sure. They're like the one guy said, I don't know if there's enough Photoshop in the in the world at this point. There's gonna be some next level work there, some straight up deep faking.
Yeah, well, we'll see, I guess.
There you go. So moving on to our next category, we got some tasty trailers. The Snyder Cut of Justice League. They've been teasing that thing for about 1,000 years, and we talked about it a little bit earlier. But they actually gave us another trailer,
No.
another one, just like what's his face says. But this one was black and white, and once again, it had that Hallelujah song that he seems to love so much because he puts that on a lot of his trailers, which I don't think ever fits any of them. So it's got to be something with him that the Hallelujah song spoke to him at one point, and he's vibing to it real hard.
He's like, hallelujah, I get to
Like,
do this.
Hallelujah. But yeah, so it's black and white, and it looks cool. There's a lot of like I the Justice League movie I thought was garbage. So I'm hoping this one's gonna be better because they have the effects look better. They got some characters going on. You got a lot more emotion from Cyborg. He was looking all sad through the window, like I don't get to play soccer with the other kids. And there's all this kind of things happening, and it looks dramatically better. Now, whether it'll actually be dramatically better, I don't know. What do you think?
Well, because like the whole like incident with Cyborg and the previous directors, like him coming out saying that they wanted to, change his skin tone lighter or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And so I think Snyder's probably like, let me do you a solid and get yourself a backstory.
Yeah, he's like, not only am I not gonna lighten you, I'm gonna make the trailer completely black and white. Everybody's the same skin tone now.
Well, the thing is, if you know about like Doom, not Dooms, what's his name?
Dark Side. Yeah.
Dark Side,
Mhm.
and his backstory, Cyborg plays like a big part because Cyborg is made from like Darkseid's technology,
Nice.
and like Cyborg's the one that's able to like like pop in and out and see what they're doing, sort of things. So Cyborg plays like a big part that way, and it's kind of like, why are you cutting him out from the movie?
Yeah, in fact, I read that Snyder was saying that Cyborg is the heart of the movie, and for them to have removed him the way they did in the original, it's like that's substantially. I think that the other director, producer people were probably like, "Well, nobody knows Cyborg is good. We want to focus on Mustachio Superman and Batflick, and we want to, we want all these people. We got freaking hot ass Gal Gadot over here. We want to focus on that, not like freaking Cyborg."
Yeah, it takes it. Cyborg's the main part of the story.
Yeah, so we'll see. That's coming out in 2021. I don't remember, when was it? Like, was it early 2021? I want to say
idea.
first quarter.
I have
We'll
no
go with
idea.
that. First quarter
Like,
2021.
It's like I'm not like jonesing for it, but when it
Yeah.
comes out, I'll watch it.
Oh, for sure. And since
Yeah.
I already have, and assuming I'll still have HBO Max, it's like why not? And I'm interested. We'll see. It'll be fun. I may rewatch the OG JL so I can compare them and see if I can spot the differences.
Yeah. I'm hoping that they get never mind. They're gonna give it to us like weekly, huh?
Oh, probably. I mean, that
One
seems
a
to be the
week.
thing these days. My other tasty trailer that I have is a kids movie that looks like absolute dumpster fire. I think it's well representative of what 2021 is or 2020 has been, but it's coming out in 2021. Is Tom and Jerry, and this kind of hurts my heart because as a kid, I love me some Tom and Jerry. It's a hilarious old ass cartoon where the cat chases the mouse kicks the cat's ass, and we all laugh like, "Ha ha, you stupid cat!" And so they've taken it, it's kind of unique the way they did it. They decided to make a Tom and Jerry movie, and Tom and Jerry are flat 2D cartoons living in a real world, like with real actors. Like it's got Hit Girl in it, and it's got was it like homie from Ant-Man's in it, and it's just like it's
What's his name?
crazy.
Michael Pena.
Yes, and I can never I really like him as an actor,
Yeah.
but I'm sad that he's in this movie.
And it had that one dude from Deadpool, John Mulaney.
Oh,
No,
that's right. Yeah. Yeah. Good memory. John Mulaney. That's funny that you know him from his small ass part in Deadpool Part 2. He's actually been in a lot of good, he's in a TV show. Like, if anybody, here's a little quick side note. If anybody wants to see peak John, John Mulaney is a different actor.
wait,
This is, yeah,
who am I talking about then?
I know exactly who you're talking about, but his name is not John Mulaney. John Mulaney's that skinny kid.
Oh, and Big Mouth, huh?
Yes.
Is that John Mulaney? I don't
That's
know.
John Mulaney. This guy is somebody else. Now you've put John Mulaney in my head. Damn it. But he's the star of Catastrophe. There's a show on Amazon Prime that he's the star of called Catastrophe that's actually super funny that I would really recommend. But I will not recommend anybody sees Tom and Jerry unless you've got like a 4-year-old. It looks like maybe a 4-year-old might like it.
The Tom and Jerry movie looks terrible.
Yeah.
It looks
Yeah.
so bad. The acting is terrible. It's
I
kind of
think
like
it's probably hard to act when there's nothing there.
yeah, but then it's kind of like they show it. They show that it's kind of hard. It doesn't feel natural. It's just
Mhm.
weird.
Yeah, I feel bad for the actors because it looks they've asked them to act over the top too because it's a kids movie.
Yeah.
So it's almost like when you watch like Blue's Clues and he's like, "Hey, Blue, how are you doing, Blue?" And you're like, "What the hell's happening?" And so yeah, only the littlest kids are gonna dig this movie. So
Yeah, maybe they'll love it.
yeah, so the little kids will probably love it. But
It'll be on
everybody-
repeat at your house every damn
Yeah, if
day.
you've got little kids at home and you're stuck watching the Tom and Jerry movie, I'm sorry. I feel bad for you. But I do have a movie, a tasty trailer that looks pretty hilarious. I mean, this is the far side of the spectrum from Tom and Jerry. This movie called Buddy Games. And I came across this and I'm like, what is this? Never even heard of this, Buddy Games. And so I clicked on it, I watched the trailer, and I LOL through the whole thing. And I'm like, this looks pretty funny. Hopefully they didn't show us all the best parts. But the synopsis of Buddy Games is after a falling out of 6 lifelong friends, they reunite to play their buddy games. Apparently, they get together and they play this kind of like competition that turns horrifically violent.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they play for money. So, in an insane competition filled with absurd physical and mental challenges, all the bets are off, and they decide to put up a pot of $150,000 to the winner. And this movie is written, directed by, and stars Josh Duhamel or Duhamel. How do you say his name? Duhamel?
Dumal. I don't know.
Yeah, Josh Duhamel. Let's go with that.
Mel.
It's made by Josh Duhamel. So he wrote the movie, he directed the movie, he starred in the movie, and so he brought on board several of his favorite friends, including Dax Shepard, Kevin Dillon, James Roday. James Roday, if you don't recognize that name, is homie from Psych, the main guy that plays on Psych.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Dan Backendahl, Nick Swardson. Nick Swardson's always the funny guy that sounds gay but's not gay in real life because he says that in his stand-up. And the hot Olivia Munn.
I feel like Josh and Olivia should be a real couple.
No, after this movie, maybe they will be. Maybe that's why the only reason he did it is so he could date Olivia Munn.
If that happens, man, called it.
Yeah, we called it here. We called it here. So, what do you think of the buddy games?
It seems like a very funny movie because
Yeah.
I have a thing for movies when the scenes where something happens and then all of a sudden there's a knife in you. Oh shit, there's a knife. I don't know what kind of
Yeah.
comedy is that, but it's hilarious every damn time.
It's like violent slapstick.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit, it's a fork in me. What the hell,
Yeah, yeah.
It
It
has
was
a lot
funny because
of
there's
all
a
that.
lot of scenes. Like there's a scene that there's like this game is called Enter the Dragon, and they've all got like their heads like trapped inside this like I don't know like a
The
board.
poles.
Yeah, so all you can see their head and they can't escape, and all of a sudden like this Komodo dragon comes rolling in, and
Yeah,
they've got like sandwiches or something on their heads. It looks really funny. I'm
yeah,
hoping it's as funny as it looks.
yeah. It's like super over the top. And at the very end, they show you like the dude was like gagging on like a corn dog.
Yeah, the guy from Psych, they're like having a competition to see who fast can. Just thinking about it makes me laugh.
Yeah,
How fast he can eat a corn dog, and it's like a really long, like 12-inch, real thick corn dog, and
yeah,
he's like, and like he just like shoves it down, just deep
yeah,
throats the corn dog and eats the whole thing instantly, and they all kind of like quietly look at him like, oh my god.
yeah. So it has a lot of like that stuff that just cracks me up. I'm like, this is so funny.
Yeah, so buddy game. So here's another funny thing about it too. When I was looking it up, I'm like, when does this come out? I've got to rent this because everything's VOD. It's going to be a video on demand. It was produced by the WWE Studios. I'm like,
Nice.
what the hell? I didn't even know that was a thing. But yeah, so I believe it comes out in the next week or so. I think it's coming out the same time as what was the movie we talked about last week? Oh, Fat Man. Fat Man, the Mel Gibson Santa movie, and Buddy Games come out the same day, which I believe is next Thursday. So I believe they're dropping both of them on Thanksgiving. So if you want some funny movies, I'd actually probably choose Buddy Games over Fat Man because it looks funny to me.
Yeah, I think buddy games will have more like laugh out loud moments.
Yeah, stuff you can watch with your great grandma and make her uncomfortable. So that's something to look forward to.
Oh, back to the last trailer, the cartoon stuff. It kind of
Yeah.
just popped in my mind.
Okay.
My wife was like, "What is this shark boy and lava girl?"
Oh,
Did you see
yes.
that? It's,
Yeah, they're bringing back Shark Girl and Lava Girl, or Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
yeah, as like they're married and they're doing with the kids and stuff like that.
Yeah, my middle daughter's gonna love it because she loved that movie, but she's gonna be disappointed when she finds out they replaced Shark Boy. So it's not
Yeah.
the same actor. They got rid of Taylor Lautner.
Do you know who they replaced it with?
No,
Dude,
blow my mind. I'm ready.
it's like I was walking out of my room
Yeah.
and my wife's like, "Wait, is that the Mandalorian?" I'm like, what are you talking about? And she
No.
look, and then I looked, and it was Pedro, dude. I'm like,
Pedro
he's
Pascal is Shark Boy.
Shark Boy.
Isn't he way too old? Like I feel like Taylor Lautner and Pedro Pascal can't possibly be the same age.
Yeah. Well, I guess the Lava Girl looks older too. So I guess.
Wow. Okay then. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, I know they've aged, but I guess it didn't seem like it was that long ago.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
there you go.
I
That's
was-
a funny swap.
Yeah, dude, I was surprised.
Yeah.
Like, man, what can he not do? Does everything.
He's just, I'll take any movie where they actually show my face.
Yeah.
So my final tasty trailer stars a couple superstars. You got a Star Wars superstar and a Marvel superstar
Oh,
converging together in a movie called Chaos Walking. And this movie has a really interesting plot. I highly recommend everybody watch the trailer just to see if it's something they're into. But Tom Holland and Daisy Ridley star in this movie where she seems to be crash landing on this planet. She's from space somewhere. But on this planet, all the women have died off, and we don't know why. I kind of feel like maybe the dudes killed all the women. But something's happened to the men to where everything that they think goes and says out loud, and like you can hear their thoughts.
Yeah.
So the guys can't think anything without you hearing it out loud. So everybody hears what everybody's thinking, and that's kind of the weird plot to it. It looks crazy. I'm not even sure what to think about a movie like this.
I know. I watched him like, what's going on here? Is this little force field some kind of like special ability or something like that?
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It was crazy because there was a giant snake attacking them. Looked like at the very end I saw an alien, and she said
Oh yeah.
thousands or more were coming. But there's this like kind of intense scene where they're trying to like be quiet, and she's like, "Be quiet." He's like, "I'm trying," but his brain keeps going, "Oh shit, we're gonna die." So it was like I don't know. It's intriguing. I don't know if it's gonna be a good movie, but it looks intriguing.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be aliens took all the women, left all the men down on Earth, and then they drop a woman, which is um,
Like test.
yeah, she dropped down, and oh shit, that's our lady. You gotta go pick them up, and they're coming back to get her their item.
Maybe they're using the woman as bait to draw all
Yeah,
the guys out. So
yeah.
my only fear with this movie is that it's going to be some sort of woke nonsense, and there's going to be some alternative motive to what we're seeing because now you hear how the men really think, and they've scared away the women, and now the women have teamed up with the aliens to come finish them off. I don't know. We'll
So
see.
woke. Then
Yeah,
they
it's
make a
giving
show.
me
You know what, Mel
these woke
Gibson?
vibes.
What woman what?
Yeah, that's right. They
Yeah,
did make that.
they made the opposite of what men want too, but then
And we'll see.
let's do some sci-fi.
Yeah, it looks interesting to say the least.
Yeah, there's
So
aliens. So
I think this is the perfect time to take a quick break. We'll see you guys on the flippity flip. We're gonna revisit our last category we introduced last episode because it was so popular. So we're gonna have today years old, and then we have a handful of news jacuzzi stories from planes versus bears to some hot Guardians of the Galaxy news. Apple finally admitted something we've all known for a really long time, and Tyson chicken nuggets are a bunch of a-holes, and we'll tell you why on the flip side. Need affordable graphic design? VisualAntiDesign.com should be your first stop. High quality work at low prices. Perfect for every need from corporate to personal. Visit VisualAntiDesign.com now and request your free quote. And for a limited time, mention Audionots for 10% off your first project. And we're back. Welcome back, everybody. Today, years old. Today, I was this many years old, or I learned something today. Today, I learned. So, today, I learned. You ready for this? I was thinking maybe next time, since this category has become very popular, that we should each bring one. You tell me one, and I tell you one, and we're both like awed by it.
okay.
So, here's what I learned. I was today years old when I learned that children of identical twins, so follow along, children of identical twins are genetically siblings and not cousins. Think about
Wait, I was so confused. Children.
So here, so if you have two twins, so let's say two sisters, they're identical, right? We've all known everybody's at least known an identical twin. Okay?
Well, if they had kids.
And if both of them have kids, their kids genetically aren't cousins, they're siblings because of how similar the identical twins' DNA is. Isn't that crazy? So yeah, you could, if two identical twins had two sons or daughters, they may themselves look almost exactly the same and look like siblings rather than twins. What would be weird? What if two identical twins had their kids on the same day? Would they technically be genetically twin siblings from two different parents?
You know the one story that was kind of making the rounds a few years back, where the two twins married the two twins.
Oh yeah,
So it's like
you're begging to have twins. So
Yeah.
those means that those twins are both their own brothers and sisters.
yeah, it's like two brothers marrying two sisters that are siblings, are twins, right?
Yeah.
So are their kids gonna look the same?
Yeah, man. It's like a DNA like mashup at that point.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell what's going on. So next time if anybody out there knows any identical twins and they have kids, you can drop this fact on them that their kids are in fact genetically siblings, not cousins.
You know, you're not cousins. Call him your brother.
I'm sorry to tell you this, but you're not cousins. So, anyways, let's move on to the news jacuzzi. I think it's time to dip our toes in and see what's happening. So this first news story comes from CNN, and it's called Plane versus Bear. It's almost like rock, paper, scissors. Plane, ice, bear. Which do you think's going to win?
Bear.
That's right. Bear always wins. In an unusual collision, an airplane hit and killed a brown bear while landing at the Yucatan. Try to guess where Yucatan is. Airport in Alaska on Saturday. Alaska Airlines Flight 66 was arriving from Cordova into Yucatan when the flight crew saw two bears crossing the runway. Why did the bears cross the runway? It's like a bad joke. According to the statement by Alaska Airlines, as they started to approach, one bear didn't quite make it. Got clipped by the wing. It actually damaged the plane to where it had to be fixed and couldn't be flown again. And he ended up dead as a bear rug on the middle of the Yucatan airport.
Damn. Splat.
So I thought that was an interesting story that I'm like,
what are the odds, right?
Yeah, like you hear about planes hitting birds. I mean, you have Scully or Sully, or his name, hit a bird, crashed, and saved everybody. I mean, these things happen, but I'm not sure how often planes hit bears. I've known people in real life that hit bears with their cars, but never with a plane.
Yeah, next can be plane hits Wolverine. What?
Wolverines are small, man. That'd take like a real effort. Unless it's Wolverine with the claws, like he's like, "What up, bud?" He just runs them down. So yeah, plane versus bear. Bear wins. In my next story, actually, because we've talked about some really cool amusement park rides in the past. We talked about the John Wick ride. We talked about the giant robot in Japan. All these different amusement park things. Well, Guardians of the Galaxy, as you know, already has a ride in Disneyland where they turn the Tower of Terror into like the Tower of Guardians, and they drop you down the chute, which I hate. I hate those kind of rides. In Disney World, because everything's been closed, and even though Disney World's partially open, maybe not, they've started building a new Guardians of the Galaxy ride. And my favorite part is it's not one of these ones that drops your ass down a tunnel. So they're making a Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster, and it's going to have a unique feature that no other roller coaster has ever had. And they actually have a video up right now. They've built the roller coaster's part. They've built the part that you sit in. They're going to be, right now it's outside, but they're going to build an entire structure around it. But it's going to be the first ever roller coaster ride that has a story that you kind of stop and see things as you're going. So it's like as you're flying down the roller coaster, and the car itself on the roller coaster can pivot from left to right. So you could see different parts of the stories, and it turns you to where it needs you to be seeing the things that are happening. So you get to go through this ride, really fast and enjoy the story.
Are you going to be riding the Milano?
It looked like some sort of almost like little space. You know what it was? Now that I'm thinking about it, I think it was those weird. Remember the first Guardians of the Galaxy, and they were in like those like flying like construction worker type things. They had the claws on them.
Maybe.
Yeah, because remember they get in a fight right when I just hit my microphone. When Gamora goes out into space, and they have that sad moment where he takes his helmet off and gives it
he
to her.
freezes. Yeah,
that scene. Those little like pod things.
Yeah.
They're meant for like mining the weird head planet. That's what I think it is. I think it's those. But it looks dope. So I can't wait for that to ride. Hopefully, once COVID's kind of cleared up, that'll be open sooner than later.
Yeah, we've been there once. So
we've been to the outside of Disney World. So it looks cool. It looks very cool. Apple, in our next story, finally admitted something we've all been pretty sure it's been happening from the beginning. Apple not only admitted to, but they issued an apology because it turns out they're slowing down older phones. We knew it. Everybody and their mother thinks it's true. I've been telling anybody who would listen, they're like, why don't you update your phone? Because I have an old ass iPhone. And I'm like, if I update it, it's just going to die. And it's true. So Apple issued an apology, but they tried to explain it off as the reason we do it, because they admitted that they were doing it on purpose, was because they wanted your battery life to last longer. They're suggesting that as they give you these new updates for older technology, that if they don't slow down your phone, the updates are going to burn through your battery. You're not going to be able to, this old iPhone 6 can't run the same as an iPhone 12 with the same software. Otherwise, it'll die really quickly. So they basically power it down. They throttle it back. so that it lasts. So supposedly the battery lasts longer, but they finally, because people figured it out, and we've all wondered that they basically are trying to make you hate your phone so you get a new one.
So, are they going to give us money?
Yes. So I don't think we're in one of the states that it's a class action lawsuit, and they did get sued by I think 24 out of the states, and they are giving $33 billion between the people as part of that class action lawsuit. But I'm not sure that Oregon's one of them. But if you live in one
Damn
of the
it.
states that is one of them, I mean, it might be a nice chunk. Usually it sounds like, wow, $33 billion, but then they give it to like 33 billion people and everybody gets a buck.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind. These class action lawsuits usually aren't a ton of money, but I was more happy with the fact that they finally admitted that they were doing what we all thought they were doing.
Bastards.
Sons of bitches will throttle me down. And in my last story, Tyson Chicken. So Tyson Chicken Nuggets, they have their own kind of COVID thing going on where it turned out that the managers of Tyson Chicken were placing bets on how many of their workers were going to catch COVID. And then they were like literally gambling on it. So now they're getting their asses sued. So it says Tyson supervisors at the pork processing facility in Waterloo, Iowa, took bets on how many workers would get infected with COVID-19, even as they took measures to protect themselves and deny knowledge of the spread of the illness at work, according to new allegations, the lawsuit against the company and some employees. The wrongful death suit was originally filed this summer by Oscar Fernandez, whose father Isidro Fernandez died in April due to complications of COVID-19. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So everybody needs to stay away from Tyson Chicken Nuggets because they're a bunch of dickheads. Yep, that's the story, but it's terrible. I couldn't believe that.
I don't know, man. Like, I don't know why people take this so like not serious.
Yeah, I know, that's terrible. I mean, can you imagine that? So it says here that they were taking bets on how many people would get sick, according to the lawsuit, which accused the Waterloo plant managers of organizing a cash buy-in, winner-take-all betting pool for supervisors and managers to wage on how many employees would test positive. I mean, that is next level evil. I mean, what kind of, like, at our big time job, we go all out to make sure that everybody's safe and secure, and we know that some people are going to get it, but we've prevented anybody from catching it from somebody else at our work. We can't help what people do outside of work.
Yeah.
But I can't even imagine if another supervisor came and was like, "Hey, I bet you 5 guys get it in your department versus mine." I'm like,
Yeah. How does all the supervisors and managers agree to like put on bets? Like
yeah, it makes you
bad.
wonder how bad of a place that is. Like
Yeah.
they've hired so many people that no one stepped up and said, "Come on,
Yeah.
you can't do this. What's wrong with you?"
You guys are all leads, and no one's able to like speak up.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible.
Maybe it's COVID's not that serious over there.
Yeah, it is the Midwest. they don't blame. It doesn't affect them. So that was my last story. Unless you have anything else, we can wrap this bad boy up, package it, and stick it under the tree.
Oh, that's it. All I had was Pedro as Shark Boy.
That was some hot news.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, well then with that, we will bid everybody adieu, and we will see you on the flip side. Bye.